Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here. I can't feel my toes, I can't feel my fingers, I can't feel my face, but my heart is on fire right now because of all of you. This is an incredible sight, and I'm so proud of San Juan County today. I've never been more proud of you guys and what you're accomplishing here. For those of you that don't know me, I live in a small town in Sanpete County called Fairview. I was born and raised there, sixth generation. I became an attorney and immediately regretted that decision, and so I had a chance to move back home to raise my kids on the family farm where I grew up. And so they're seventh generation on that farm. When the governor asked me if I would be the lieutenant governor, I said, there's one important condition, Governor, and that's that I'm not moving. I'm staying where I am. And he didn't understand that at first. He does now. But every day I get asked, why are you the crazy guy that commutes 200 miles round trip every day and still live in that little town in the middle of nowhere? I don't have to tell you guys why I do it, right? Because there's only one county poorer than Sanpete County, and that's San Juan County, right? And there's only one county harder to live in than Sanpete County, and San Juan County. And you know that, and you're proud of that, and we're proud of that. We live where we live for a reason. It's who we are. It's what makes us what we are. It's that toughness, it's that grit. It's your ancestors, those that were here for millennia, and those that have only been here for a few generations, who carved out their lives and lives for their children and grandchildren. And those names are here, and they will be here forever. Now, I grew up on a farm, and my mom's family, they're sheep people. So I spent my summers on the mountains herding sheep and winters out on the desert herding sheep on BLM property and Forest Service property, right? And they make a lot of promises that are good for us. They tell us that, right? They tell us, don't worry, we're cutting down your grazing permits. We're going to cut down the units that you can graze on, but it's for your own good. This will be good for the land, and don't worry, you'll get them back. Do they ever come back? No, they never come back. We never get those back. And what they're doing is they're systematically destroying a way of life. They're destroying our way of life. And it's unacceptable. Someone asked me when we knew this mining was going to happen, they said, is rural Utah angry about this? I said, yeah, we're angry, but you know what we really are? We're tired. We're tired of this constant drip from the federal government, where they take a little here, they take a lot there, they take and take and take, and they make promises and they don't keep those promises. Now, we can't graze on many of those lands that we grazed on. They closed the roads where we used to hunt, so we can't hunt where we hunted for generations. These things continue to happen. We would get firewood to make it through the winter, and now we can't cut firewood in the places where we always cut firewood. But you know what? We needed them once. We needed them because an invasive bark beetle started infesting our forest and destroying our forest. We desperately needed them. Guess what they did? They did nothing. They did absolutely nothing and destroyed the forest far more than our sheep or our fireplaces ever did. That's what we're talking about here. Look, we all believe that these lands need to be preserved and protected. Do you know why, President Obama, do you know why they're so pristine so that you can pass this edict on your own? They're pristine because the people I'm looking at right now have taken care of them for generations. You have preserved these lands, and you will continue to preserve these lands. Yes, we want them protected, but not in this way. Process matters. If there's anything that I've learned in my government service, it's that process matters. And I know that sounds very wonkish, but it really does. That's what our country was founded on. We wanted people to have a voice, and there is nothing more undemocratic than what happened here in this county. It's just unbelievable to me that we can live in a place where 1.3 million acres, larger than some of our states, with just the stroke of a pen, can be taken away, can be completely removed, and can hurt the people that live closest to them. So look, I'm really sad that the Commissioner Benally is not here today, because if you didn't hear the speech that she gave last week at the Capitol on this, please go back and listen to it. It was one of the greatest speeches I've ever heard on this issue. It was eloquent, it was passionate, it was from the heart, and it would make all of you proud. we've heard some great speeches today, and I know you're all cold and you all want to go home. But I want you to know that you're not alone. Governor Herbert sends his regards. He's sorry his wife is ill today, that he could not make it down here. I was very lucky. We had a couple state planes coming down. One was going to stop and pick me up, and then I was told by the pilots that there was fog in Ephraim. Could I get to Nephi? So I headed over to Nephi, and then I was told there was fog in Nephi, and it was closed. Could I go to Provo? And then I was told Provo was closed, and I thought, we're never going to make it. And fortunately, Wade Garrett lives close to Nephi, and he said, hey, there's a window. There's fog on the north and the south, but we think the plane can land. It landed, and I'm so grateful it landed. Because in rural Utah, we're just kind of the people that we put on our boots and we go to work, right? That's just what we do. We just do stuff. But when we need each other, we're there for each other. That's what makes this place so special. It's what makes our state special. And I want you to know that we have a lot of friends on the Wasatch Front, okay? And there are good people out there that believe that this monument designation is a great thing, okay? I understand that, but I want you to know that it is also just being used as a pawn for political purposes. That's why it was done at the last minute. That's why it's always done at the last minute. It's nothing more than crass politics, and it's terrible. It helps their fundraising and other things. He does not care about us. He just doesn't. If he did, he would add. We make fun of President Clinton for standing in Arizona and declaring a monument. Well, Arizona is a whole hell of a lot closer than Hawaii. I would have taken Arizona this time. But if we matter, Mr. President, come out and sit down here. You have a plane, you have a vehicle, come out and sit down and explain to our faces why this is good for the people of San Juan County. Now, I just want you to know that we love you, that we care about you. Yes, we're tired. We're desperately tired. We're tired of not trusting the federal government. But that doesn't mean we're not going to fight. We have not yet begun to fight. And you have not seen fight until you come to rural Utah, because we invented fighting. So come on down and let's take care of this monument. Thank you.